David Baszucki has 48 hours left before everything goes to shit. From who's actually behind the destruction of Roblox to what will happen when those 48 hours are over. Today we will be discussing everything. But before I get into all of that, my friend Ren told me we couldn't surpass him in subscribers. So let's prove him wrong and subscribe to the channel. So before I get into who is actually causing the destruction of Roblox, I first want to talk about what is about to happen in 48 hours. Because in 48 hours the dynamic phase update will be going active, which will do way more things than you might expect it to do. So of course, as can be expected, in 48 hours everyone will lose all their classic faces and they will be replaced by the ugly dynamic faces. Now I have talked about this update quite extensively already because it is just so bad, and to this day I still don't understand why they're actually going through with this update, because nobody wants this and there isn't actually a solid reason for it, like the age verification update, which did actually have a solid reason as I discussed in my last video. Anyways, when those 48 hours are over, there are also gonna be happening some stuff that I don't think most people expect. See, when the update was announced, people went absolute apeshit and they made these demonic looking pictures of David Baszucki. To these pictures there were death threats attached, and there was also someone who allegedly doxed David Baszucki. So I am personally really scared for David Baszucki what will happen when the update actually go live. Because remember, everything we have seen over the past few weeks, everything that the community has done over the past few weeks has been because of the announcement of the update. Just imagine what the community will do when this update will actually go live. Now, the more reasonable side of the community has also been busy. They figured out that threatening death upon David Baszucki wasn't gonna do anything good, and besides that is very much super illegal. So they started a petition to get David Baszucki fired as CEO. Now this petition went absolutely viral and already has over 250,000 signatures. Now to be fair, this petition has more so to do with child safety issues on Roblox rather than this one specific update, but it does show that the community is very much fed up with the way how David Baszucki is running Roblox. And personally, I did not sign the petition, but I think a petition like this is actually a very good idea, mainly because it gives a reasonable and legal alternative to threatening David Baszucki online, which I still think is insane. How and why would you threaten someone over a bad Roblox update? Are you out of your mind? But a petition like this is a solid way for people to show that they are not happy with how Roblox is run. Now, as I discussed in my last few videos, David Baszucki is currently being shit on by basically the entire internet. But recently it's becoming more and more clear that David Baszucki is actually not the right person to blame for everything happening to Roblox. Because, well, yes, he is the CEO, he doesn't make all the decisions himself. And people have started to realize that there is someone else behind the scenes who might actually be the reason for all these updates people have been disliking so much. Now, before I tell you guys who this is, I find it very important to say that please do not send any hate towards this person. Yes, I really dislike his updates, but we should still treat him with respect. With that being said, constructive criticism will be welcome in the comments, but I will not be tolerating any hate. So this someone else behind the scenes who could be the reason for all these updates is Matt Kaufman. So Matt Kaufman is the Chief Safety Officer of Roblox, which basically means that he goes over all the decisions made regarding safety on Roblox. So the update with the age verification most likely came from Matt Kaufman because, well, it has to do with safety on Roblox. Besides that, there are also now rumors going around that Matt Kaufman is also the reason for this dynamic phase update. Now, the reason why people think that is because allegedly it is way easier to monitor AI-driven dynamic phases than to do this with the classic phases. Now, of course, they are monitoring this to keep Roblox safe, and everything that has to do with Roblox and safety has to do with Matt Kaufman. So now people think that it is his update or that he pushed this update because it would improve the safety of Roblox. Now, hopefully you are a bit up to speed on who Matt Kaufman is and what he does. But with all that being said, there is a big chance the entire internet has just been flaming David Baszucki for no reason when Matt Kaufman is the one calling the shots. At least that is what the entire internet seems to be thinking now. I've been getting so many comments of people saying, hey, you should make a video about Matt Kaufman. He's the one who's actually doing all of this. Now, I've done a little bit of research and also a little bit of critical thinking, and this is what conclusion I've come to. So I think that yes, Matt Kaufman is probably one who's been making all of these ideas together with his team, because of course with a big corporation like this, he's never the only one calling the shots. But I do feel it is very unlikely that David Baszucki couldn't do anything about it, considering he's the CEO of the entire company. He probably, or most likely, has the power to just say no to an update and then it doesn't happen. So I do believe it's like a 50-50. Keep in mind, this is all speculations. I do not know how things go internally eternally in Roblox. At the end of the day, I am just a guy making speculations. Literally just a guy. I have nothing to do with Roblox besides that. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. This video may seem rushed. Probably because it is. I hope you have a good day. Thanks for the 2,000 subscribers. Peace, peace.